it was again, it's one of those classic races, right? Like as an ultra runner, you definitely want to take off a few classic races off that checklist of yours, and Spartathlon is right up there. It amazing history, amazing storyline that's attached to it, and an amazing race. And the experience from the time you get to Athens is first class. Like you get there, you stay in the hotel, and you're staying with all the runners. It's an amazing experience, and you start the race, and the whole course. It's been on the same course for almost now it would be like 40 years, I think, and it passes through the same towns. People have grown up with this race. They've been seeing this race every single year, following it, cheering for you. So it's. I mean, you get to go and live through that, and you're a small part of, a lot of stories and history. So I loved that race. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it every bit of it. E- Even the last, marathon where I had to pretty much just walk to the finish line. And that I think still probably is one of the most proudest sort of races for me, because it's that one race where I felt like truly felt like I've given it all, and not I couldn't have done anything more than what I did in during the race to cross that finish line. So I enjoyed that race. I loved the last 100, 200 meters into the finish line before in Sparta, before you get to the statue of uh, I think King Leonidas. It's a party on the whole street. The whole street's decorated, and I mean, walking and running across, and the emotions are definitely high at that point, and I definitely enjoyed that whole experience there. Uh, where about my so I had sort of like had tendonitis on one foot, and another foot was sort of swollen up. So both my ankles were pretty like bad. So the last marathon I couldn't run it because of I was not actually able to step on one of the feet. I can't remember which one now, but one of the feet it was too hard to just step on. So that foot was just like a limping, like a leg which a useless leg. I was just limping on one leg, just dragging myself. And if I'm not mistaken, the marathon took me about uh, six, seven, 6, 7 hours, 7 hours or something, like the slowest marathon I've ever probably done. And I mean, it was that I told myself one thing, I could have stopped or not, or, and got into the death bus. Uh, I told myself one thing, because I had put in a lot of effort to get there. So there was no option of not finishing. The only option was that the only way I don't finish is if the bus catches up to me and the times, or I miss the cutoff and don't make it. That was the only way of not finishing. And so I was like mentally prepared to suck it up and keep going pretty much. And I did that. About my mom crewing, that was definitely like, I think, a pretty cool experience. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first time my mom had seen me at a race. Oh no, she saw me at the race the previous year at Bhati as well. But this was the first time for her, like, hands-on being involved in during the race. Unfortunately, we couldn't figure out too much travel and all for her, so she could only be there at 2 points, once at 80 and once around 125, and then at the finish line. So I didn't rely on her too much as a crew to, provide me gear or anything I needed. I relied on her more as that emotional crew member, emotional support to, see a friendly face, see my mom basically, and have that, I mean, keep me sort of psyched and keep me motivated to keep pushing and, not give up. So it was good to see her at these 2 points and know that, at the finish she was waiting there, and I could just, I had to keep running and meet her running and not in the bus.